I'm just going to introduce Anya, essentially, project manager and head of localization testing at Epam Systems, as you see, and she's going to talk to us about localization in gaming. And I'm told that it's going to be a very exciting start, so over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hi everyone. Not sure if I need this microphone, there are not so many people, but yeah. Oh, no, not here. It's really bright. So this words CC at the end here. This means the competence center. Yeah. It's the first year that we do a localization testing at Epam, and I'll be giving you a really short overview of what we are doing, and you'll also be able to meet the team, and there will be a small quiz. So don't hesitate, if your guys are a little bit or maybe more international, you can participate and win some prizes. We'll have a small elf here who will be distributing the prizes. So, there are not so many people, so hopefully everyone will win. Yeah. So, a little bit about myself. I have 13 years experience in project management. Long time story. I cannot even imagine I've been so long in there. Before IT, I actually played violin for 15 years. Yeah, it's such a drastic change. I'm originally from Ukraine. We moved to Poland last year. It's a new life, new start for us, and it's the second time I'm a speaker for a conference after this 3 years break because of the war and of the COVID. In Ukraine, I've been a speaker for probably 20 conferences. It's a long stuff. But today I'm here to tell you about our department. So first thing first, why localization is important. So the topic says, is localization a blast? Is it a blast? Maybe yes, maybe no. Everyone has their own opinion. Especially these years, it's such difficult for us to find new clients, and we see that localization is often neglected, and it's been postponed till the really last minutes, or some games have been released without localization being properly tested, or without the translation being properly checked. So unfortunately, these things happen. Hopefully next year it will be better for the industry and for localization in general. So now it's a quiz time. I want to check your knowledge in localization, maybe on some international stuff. Let's see how actually you're good in traveling, how much you know about different languages, about different countries. So, first question, guys. I click yes. Which language is official in 21 countries and is very rich in dialects? What are your guesses? Just you can cry. Shout out.
French?
No.
Portuguese?
No.
Spanish?
Spanish, yes, that's right. Yes, first winner, thank you. What's your name?
French.
And are you from Spain?
No, Germany.
From Germany. Why do you know about Spain so much?
I just figured because it's one of the most spoken languages in the USA. Or
Yeah.
in the whole of America. So
Yeah.
I thought like probably then it could be.
Yeah, so Spanish, you know guys that we have the continental Spanish, which is spoken in Spain. We have the Cantonese, which is in the Barcelona area. We have Mexican Spanish, which is often used for localization. And we actually had a really big team there. We've been debating with the continental Spanish guys which words to use and which not to use. And of course, each other a country that has Spanish as an official language, they have their own dialect. So that is the thing. Okay, next question. Which language has 3 genders, 4 grammar cases, articles, possessive pronouns, and has verbs that split up in the sentence?
German.
Yeah, it's the easy one. So the first 2 questions are easier. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. have this picture. Hopefully no one is get offended, but actually I learned German at the university. I don't want to say it was difficult. It was rather logical. This language is logical. If you really know the rules, you can make it, right? Nowadays I speak Polish, I speak Ukrainian, I speak Russian, English of course, German not so much actually, and yeah, I still remember all those good times at the university when we were trying to master these articles. It was a really good time. Thank you. And the third question, it's actually getting more difficult. Which language is official in one European country only? However, it has more than 30 dialects and linguistic variations. Any ideas, guys?
French?
No? Unfortunately not. Any other ideas? There are not so many countries in the European Union. You can just try to guess.
Hungary?
No? Closer to the other countries mentioned here. No. Any ideas, guys? It's really close to the sea. Actually, sorry, come again?
Which thing?
The sea which is in the Mediterranean Sea, yeah. It's actually almost 100% the coast is the sea. Italy, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Not so many people know, but in Italy there are so many dialects, and yeah, and actually there is this traditional Italian, which is of course spoken everywhere, and there are so many dialects which are born in each region and in each city. So it's interesting for maybe those of you who might learn more deep Italian to visit a different region and see what are the actually variations or how words are different. This is a screenshot from the game which became really popular this year, Crab Championship. Maybe you've seen some streamers playing it. Some Apex Legends streamers been playing it as to warm up. So there's actually a joke about this that prendere un granchio, Francesca? Prendere un granchio, it means grab a crab, but actually if you translate it directly, it means to make a mistake. So not to grab a crab like this, but to make a mistake. So now he knows a little bit more about Italian. Cool. And the last question. Which language is used specifically to test software products? If you know something about this, there is something that was invented specifically for software development. No developers here, automation testers maybe, or you guys. Okay, then I will tell you. There is such thing as a pseudo-language. It is used to check whether the software product or game, anything, has hard-coded labels, has some issues with the encoding. So when you test stuff, you just increment specific characters for your labels, and you can see distinctly whether it's broken, breaks the layout, etc., etc. So it's called pseudo-language. It's not really real language. You can read more about this on internet if you want. It can be used in automation testing. It can be used in manual testing. Yeah, normally at Epam we used it for large-scale products because we sometimes localize for more than 20 languages, and of course we cannot do this manually. So pseudo-language is the thing if you want to go global. Right. So I warmed you up. Hopefully you learned something new here. And I did some research over these years, how different people rely on localization, how they think of the localization when they actually go to Steam and download a game. Of course, as a Ukrainian, Russian speaking, I want to play the game in my other language. But often we use English, and often we use some other languages depending on the context. And As you can see, if you maybe have seen some of the reviews, sometimes there are really negative reviews when people who lack the English or other language knowledge, they want to play the game. So it really affects the reviews. And of course, as already mentioned, it can break the layout. It can also affect your brand if you translate it not only incorrectly, but if you don't apply for those cultural nuances. So this is a new thing which comes this year, which is called culturalization testing and culturalization of your games, which means not only to localize the product, but also to make sure that the language that you use, it would be accepted by the audience in these very years. So it's not like a traditional language, but something new, something that would work for this very game in this really very region. And here is this picture that maybe some of you have seen. So we have a globalization of the product. It's like the strategy when you want to roll out to a global market. Then you internationalize your product. You create a dummy version of your product. Then you localize it to different languages, and we have this translation and testing, right? Now, I told you there is such thing as culturalization. It's a new thing. And of course, AI. It just breaking, it is cutting down everything that was built before, and what we gotta do with this. So at Epam, we are trying to think globally. We are trying to combine the full power that we have, the full power of 60,000 people at Epam, plus the freelancers that we have. And this is the map of the coverage that we can offer here. So the concept that we are creating is the idea that we use AI, we use the human power, we use the freelancers' power, we use the automation, the localization practices that you mentioned, and we offer all of that to the clients. So the idea is that we try to save budget on a big scale market. And of course, if you're new to localization, I mean, if you just start a new game and you're trying to, okay, let's try to translate it to some languages. Maybe let's try with French, let's try with German, or if you want to be more exotic, you can go to Japanese or other languages. But the idea is that even if you consider some not so well-known languages and you want to spend not so big budget, you still can do it by just offering this combination of AI plus human power. And the idea is that by combining these two and using this new localized platform that we have at Epam, we can provide you with three options. The first option that we have is the really fast testing, fast and flexible testing. Here we mostly use AI plus freelancers and maybe some additional human verification on the top. So if you have just a small product, or if you want to try on the new market, if you want to, let's say, try on new languages, you can come to us and we can do this a really low budget for you, and you can test your global rollout here. Then if you have a more reliance on your market, this new market, or you decided, okay, we decide that we go with Malaysian, for instance, or we decide that we go with Chinese, for instance. Then we provide you with the in-house people who can actually check for this culturalization thing, and this is the add-on to the previous package which I mentioned. And the other package, the third one that we have here, is for the long-term projects, which has multiple releases. So we've been working with these teams for more than 3 years, that have 2 or 1 release per month, and we have 14 or more languages with those teams. And the idea that we have this stable team, which has style guides, which has good relationship with the translators, whether those are client-side translators or translators on our side. We have those all together, and we like manage everything under one umbrella. Yeah, and I will also mention the freelancers work. So freelancers work goes here. We have it as a test.io platform. You can Google it. It's a separate platform, test.io, which was purchased by Epam, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. It's the freelancers crowd. They can do not only localization, they can do not only localization testing, they can also do software testing and game testing, anything. They can be located in the country that you need. Also, the variety of devices is really big. And the idea is that we incorporate all of this under one umbrella as well, and they all sign the same NDA, so everything goes in a secure way, and you can be absolutely sure that there will be no leakage on your product here. So here are those crowd testers for native speakers, and they can provide the real-time user feedback in the country, in the target country where you want to roll out. Yeah, that was it. I told you it was very fast. Hopefully I didn't disappoint you here. If you have some questions or if you want to test with new languages, go to new markets, we can provide you not only with the paid consultation, but we can also give you some advice here. Like I said, we've been doing global rollout for big companies, for small companies. This year we are doing it as a localization practice officially. Before it was a part of gaming practice at Epam as a general practice. Now we're doing it as a standalone service. So if you want to do that, don't hesitate to contact me. Here is my email. I also have some business cards. So thank you very much.
Are there any questions before everyone runs away? Is that a question at the back? Oh, excellent. I'll give you a microphone. Here you go.
Hi, thank you. I have two questions. What is your advice for Scandinavian countries, since they all speak English? Does it even make sense to localize to Danish and so on?
It depends on the product, of course. If you're talking about games, of course, it's the young audience, I believe. Okay, again, it depends on the game. So you need to have a really good visibility on your audience here. Because for some of the wearable products, let's say if you're talking about senior people, they of course need localization, right? So we're talking about some heart rate monitors that have applications or some other devices which are used by the senior audience. So this is one type of the product. If you're talking about those games like the Scrap Championship, of course, if you know those modern streamers, they all know English, so that's another thing. So we have clients from Norwegian and Scandinavian countries that do need localization, because they just rely on their traditional users, and that's the idea here. I think it's the classical answer of a manager, it depends.
Second question, do you have any specific insights into Indonesian? Because I recently read that it's the fourth largest country in the world, and developers should focus on that language. Do you have any assessments?
So, based on our assessment, it's also becoming really popular. So this year we had really many clients asking about Malaysian, Indonesian, Japanese. So it seems like it's a new way to monetize your product. Because previously everyone was relying on US, European countries. Seems like we are coming to this stage that everyone is moving to Asia as well. So this is a third-party source of money, right? And this is becoming a popular market as well. So I think you can try it.
Right. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
About Mandarin Chinese and Simplified Chinese, having both in the same game, did you have any experience that it could kind of get some problems with the Mandarin Chinese market?
Yeah, Based on our experience, we had games that preferred just traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, and others just were for Mandarin. So Mandarin was a secondary strategy for companies, based on our experience. But it is also popular. But most companies use just the simplified Chinese.
Any further questions? Everyone seems happy in that case,
Yeah.
which is good, owing to the fact that I believe you're taking part in the final discussion of the day over in the other room, so probably not the worst thing if you've got a few minutes to prep for that. Thus concludes this talk and all of the talks in the Orange Hall for today, so thank you for being here for the last one. There is one more discussion, as mentioned, over in 10 minutes in the Green Hall. Thank you again, Anya. We'll see you there.
Thank you. You're the best audience for the day.